The Carolingian Renaissance, a time of burgeoning knowledge, a resurgence of art, and a flourishing of architecture. Imagine Europe in the 8th and 9th centuries. Out of this fragmented landscape rose a new power, the Carolingian dynasty. Charlemagne, their most famous ruler, sought to unite Europe under a single Christian realm. His ambition was not just political, it was cultural. Monasteries, scattered across the empire, became centers of learning and artistry. Among these architectural marvels, the Westwork stands as a testament to Carolingian ingenuity and ambition. The Westwork was more than just a facade. It was a symbol of imperial authority, a visual reminder of Charlemagne's claim to be the heir to the Roman Empire. Its towering presence dominated the landscape, announcing the power of the church and the might of the Carolingian dynasty. One of the most stunning examples of Carolingian architecture, the Westwork of Corvey Abbey in present-day Germany, embodies this fusion of power and piety. Its massive twin towers, flanking a central block punctuated by arched windows, create a sense of imposing grandeur. Corvey's Westwork, like others of its time, served a multitude of functions. Imagine approaching Corvey Abbey. Across a vast expanse, you see it, the Westwork, a towering edifice of stone, a beacon against the sky. This wasn't just the western entrance to the Abbey church. It was a world unto itself. The sheer scale was meant to overwhelm, to inspire awe in the hearts of those who gazed upon it. Stepping inside, you would have been enveloped in a dimly lit space, the air thick with the scent of incense. Light streamed in through stained glass windows, casting multicolored patterns on the stone floor. The Westwork was a microcosm of the medieval world, a place where power and piety intersected. This was a new empire, a Christian empire, and its architecture reflected this new reality. Look closely at the Westwork of Corvey, and you'll notice a distinct verticality. The twin towers, flanking the central block, seem to stretch towards the heavens, drawing your gaze upwards. The towers represented a yearning for the divine, a desire to connect the earthly realm with the heavens. Inside the towers, winding staircases led to upper levels, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside. Imagine a monk climbing those stairs, his footsteps echoing in the stone passageway. He reaches the top, steps out onto the parapet, and gazes out at the world below. The towers of the Westwork were more than just architectural elements. They were symbols of aspiration. While the Westwork was a uniquely Carolingian architectural form, it didn't emerge in a vacuum. It borrowed elements from earlier architectural traditions, blending them into a new and distinctive style. The influence of Roman architecture is evident in the use of arches, vaults, and concrete. The Carolingians, like the Romans before them, understood the power of monumental architecture to inspire awe and project authority. The intricate carvings and mosaics that adorn the Westwork of Corvey hint at Byzantine influence, brought to the Carolingian Empire through trade and diplomatic missions. The Carolingian Westwork was a fusion of different architectural traditions, adapted and reinterpreted to create something new and unique. Step outside the towering presence of the Westwork, and you find yourself in Civitas Corvey. More than just a monastery, it was a bustling community, a microcosm of the Carolingian world. Imagine a hive of activity monks tending their gardens, scribes copying manuscripts in the scriptorium, artisans hammering metal in the workshops. Farmers brought their produce to the abbey market, exchanging goods with merchants who had traveled from distant lands. Pilgrims, weary from their journeys, sought solace and spiritual guidance within the abbey walls. Civitas Corvey was a crossroads, a meeting place of different cultures and social classes, all drawn together under the shadow of the abbey. This vibrant community was integral to the Carolingian Renaissance. At the heart of Civitas Corvey's intellectual life was the Abbey Library, a treasure house of knowledge in a world where books were rare and precious. Imagine row upon row of carefully crafted manuscripts, illuminated with intricate designs and vibrant colors. Here, monks painstakingly copied ancient texts, preserving the wisdom of the past for future generations. The library at Corvey wasn't just a repository of knowledge, it was a place of active scholarship. Monks studied theology, philosophy, history, and science, engaging in lively debates and contributing to the growing body of medieval knowledge. But Corvey was more than just a center of learning. It was also a beacon of faith. The relationship between Corvey Abbey and the Carolingian rulers was complex and multifaceted. The abbey was a symbol of imperial power, a testament to the Carolingian ambition to create a Christian empire that could rival the Roman Empire in grandeur and influence. The emperors generously endowed Corvey with lands and privileges, using it as a base of power in the region. The abbey, in turn, provided the Carolingians with legitimacy and support. Its monks served as advisors and diplomats, its scribes drafted imperial decrees, and its prayers were said for the well-being of the ruling dynasty. Despite occasional clashes, Corvey Abbey remained a vital pillar of the Carolingian regime. The Westwork of Corvey, though unique in its specific details, was not an isolated phenomenon. It was a prime example of a distinct architectural form that flourished under the Carolingian patronage, a testament to their vision and ambition. Imagine looking out across the landscape of the Carolingian Empire, dotted with these monumental structures, each one announcing the presence of the church and the authority of the emperor. They were like beacons, radiating power and piety across the realm. From the Rhineland to Saxony, from Burgundy to Lombardy, Westworks became synonymous with Carolingian architecture. Together, they formed a network of architectural marvels, a testament to the cultural vibrancy of the Carolingian Renaissance. The influence of Corvey's Westwork extended far beyond the confines of its abbey walls. Its innovative design, its imposing grandeur, and its rich symbolism resonated with architects and patrons across the Carolingian Empire, inspiring a wave of similar structures. Imagine master builders, their minds abuzz with ideas, traveling from one abbey to another, spreading knowledge of new techniques and sharing architectural plans. The Westwork of the Abbey of Saint-Riquier in northern France, though now lost to history, was said to have been directly inspired by Corvey. Similarly, the Westwork of the Abbey of Saint-Germain-d'Auxerre, with its massive central tower and flanking stair turrets, echoes the architectural vocabulary established at Corvey. The Westwork became a symbol of unity within the Carolingian Empire, a tangible link connecting distant corners of the realm under a common cultural banner. The impact of the Carolingian Westwork, however, wasn't limited to the Carolingian period itself. Like ripples spreading out from a stone dropped in a pond, its influence continued to be felt long after the Carolingian dynasty had faded into the annals of history. As the Carolingian Empire gave way to the fragmented political landscape of the early Middle Ages, the Westwork continued to be a favored architectural element, albeit with regional variations and adaptations. It evolved, morphing into the more elaborate west facades of Romanesque churches, with their multiple towers, intricate portals, and sculptural embellishments. The soaring verticality of the Westwork found its ultimate expression in the towering spires of Gothic cathedrals, reaching towards the heavens like celestial arrows. The Carolingian Westwork marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of Western architecture. The Carolingian Westwork, though a distinct architectural form, wasn't born in a vacuum. It was the product of a cultural melting pot, a fusion of influences drawn from various sources. reflecting the Carolingian Empire's position at the crossroads of different traditions. The Carolingians, eager to legitimize their rule and revive the lost glory of the Roman Empire, looked to the architectural achievements of their predecessors for inspiration. The use of arches, vaults, and concrete in the Westwork reflects a conscious emulation of Roman building techniques. The influence of Byzantine art, brought to the Carolingian Empire through diplomatic missions and trade, is evident in the intricate carvings, the use of colorful mosaics, and the taste for luxurious materials. The Carolingian builders took these disparate elements and forged them into something new, something uniquely their own, reflecting their ambition, their piety, and their place in history. Centuries passed, the Carolingian Empire faded into history books. Yet, Corvey Abbey endured. Imagine the once bustling Civitas Corvey falling silent, the Westwork standing sentinel over a transformed landscape. The abbey retreated into monastic life. Political upheavals, religious reforms, and the ravages of war left their mark on Corvey. Parts of the abbey were destroyed, rebuilt, and repurposed over the centuries. The Westwork stood as a silent witness to history. By the 19th century, Corvey Abbey had fallen into disrepair. The Westwork, its stones weathered, was a shadow of its former glory. Amidst the crumbling walls, a spirit of rediscovery stirred. Scholars, antiquarians, and artists turned their attention to these treasures. Corvey became a focal point of renewed interest. Excavations were undertaken, archives combed, and Corvey's architectural secrets began to reveal themselves. The restoration of Corvey Abbey was not merely a matter of patching up old stones. It was a meticulous process of historical investigation, architectural analysis, and artistic sensitivity. Imagine teams of architects, engineers, and artisans working side by side, carefully piecing together the fragmented remnants of the past. They studied old plans, analyzed building techniques, and compared surviving fragments to determine the original appearance of the Westwork. Damaged sculptures were painstakingly restored, missing elements were recreated based on historical evidence, and the original colors of the facade were brought back to life. It was a delicate balancing act, respecting the integrity of the original structure while ensuring its long-term preservation. The restoration of Corvey Abbey, a project spanning decades and involving the collaboration of countless individuals, stands as a testament to the power of human ingenuity and dedication to preserve our shared cultural heritage. It was a journey of rediscovery, not just of stones and mortar, but also of the stories they tell, the craftsmanship they embody, and the artistic vision they represent. Today, Corvey Abbey stands as a testament to the Carolingian Renaissance. The Westwork draws visitors from across the globe. Imagine stepping through the ancient portal, history palpable in the cool air. Intricate carvings and soaring spaces whisper tales of a bygone era. Now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it hosts concerts, exhibitions, and conferences. Gregorian chants mingle with tour groups and children's laughter. Corvey connects us to a pivotal era, symbolizing resilience and creativity. The sun sets on Civitas Corvey, casting long shadows from the towering Westwork. Centuries melt away. The air, no longer filled with the murmur of medieval life, carries the hushed awe of visitors from a world far removed from the Carolingian age. Yet, the stones remember. They remember the clang of hammers, the scrape of chisels, the murmur of prayers echoing through vast spaces. They remember the tread of emperors and the quiet footsteps of monks, the vibrant colors of banners snapping in the wind, and the soft glow of candlelight illuminating ancient manuscripts. The Carolingian Renaissance, a brief but brilliant flare in the long night of the early Middle Ages, left an indelible mark on the course of Western civilization. Charlemagne's ambition to revive the grandeur of Rome, to forge a new empire united by faith and learning, found its most enduring expression in the architecture of the time. The Westwork, a bold architectural statement that blended Roman monumentality with Christian symbolism, became a defining feature of this new age. It was a symbol of power, yes, but also of aspiration, a physical manifestation of the yearning for knowledge and spiritual enlightenment that characterized the Carolingian era. The legacy of Carolingian architecture extends far beyond the structures themselves. It lies in the architectural vocabulary it established, the innovative building techniques it employed, and the artistic vision it embodied. The Westwork became a prototype for countless churches and cathedrals across Europe. Its influence can be seen in Romanesque churches, Gothic cathedrals, and even civic buildings. More than just bricks and mortar, the Carolingian Westwork represents the enduring power of ideas. It reminds us that even in the darkest times, the human spirit yearns for knowledge and beauty. As we stand before these structures today, we are reminded of our connection to the past,